The seed grows in the dark, hidden beneath the soil, away from the eyes of the world. It does not announce its presence, nor does it beg for recognition. Yet in that quiet, unseen place, something extraordinary is happening. It draws nourishment from the earth. It anchors itself with roots, and it begins to shape the form it will one day reveal. No one claps for the seed in its early days. No one stops to admire what is still invisible. But that invisibility is its strength. For in darkness, it is safe from distraction, judgment, and premature exposure. In the same way, your dreams, your work, your visions need that sacred space of silence to grow. This is the stage where nothing seems to be happening on the surface, but inside, transformation is taking place. Ideas are refining, skills are sharpening, confidence is building. Every moment spent in this hidden phase is not wasted. It is necessary. Just like the seed, you must trust that your unseen efforts are preparing you for the moment when the world will finally see the results. And when that moment comes, it will not be because you told everyone, but because the undeniable proof of your growth will speak for itself. Silence is power because it gathers your energy inward instead of scattering it outward. When you constantly speak of your plans, you invite the noise of opinions, doubts, and distractions into your process. But in silence, your focus sharpens. You hold your vision close, like a flame shielded from the wind, allowing it to burn steadily and grow stronger. Silence is not emptiness. It is a reservoir. It is the place where you can think clearly, dream boldly, and create without interference. In quiet moments, you connect more deeply with your intentions. You are not swayed by the applause or criticism of others because you are rooted in your own inner certainty. Every great transformation begins in a private space of thought and intention before it manifests into the world. The less you speak, the more you listen to your intuition, to the subtle signs around you, to the quiet guidance that often gets lost in noise. That is the power of silence. It allows you to act from strength, not from the need for approval, and to move with a quiet confidence that does not depend on the opinions of the crowd. The inner blueprint is the unseen design from which your outer reality is built. Before any structure rises, there is a plan, detailed, precise, and complete in the mind of its creator. In the same way, your life unfolds according to the picture you hold within yourself. If that inner image is vague, the results will be uncertain. But if it is clear, vivid, and deeply felt, it becomes inevitable. You begin shaping this blueprint through imagination, seeing yourself already living the outcome you desire, feeling the emotions as though it were real now. Every action you take flows naturally from this inner picture. You start to think, speak, and move in alignment with what you have already accepted as true in your mind. Others may not understand the source of your confidence, but it comes from knowing the design is already finished on the inside. You are simply building in the physical what has already been completed in thought. This silent work of creation is the most important labor you can do. For once the inner blueprint is set, the outer structure has no choice but to follow. Detach from applause and you free yourself from the chains of external approval. When your motivation depends on recognition, you hand over control of your path to the unpredictable opinions of others. Applause is fleeting. It rises and fades like an echo. And if you chase it, your direction will shift with every cheer or moment of silence from the crowd. True strength is built when you work for the sake of the vision itself, not for the noise it might create. When you are detached from applause, you no longer need to prove yourself to anyone. You become anchored in your own conviction, moving forward regardless of who is watching or who cares. This detachment keeps your work pure, untouched by the need to impress or conform. You begin to create from a place of truth rather than performance. Paradoxically, it is often when you no longer seek applause that it comes. because people are drawn to the quiet confidence of someone who acts out of purpose, not for praise. Invisible progress is still progress, even if no one notices it, and even if you can't yet see the full results yourself. Just as a tree grows quietly, adding rings deep within its trunk without changing its outward appearance, your consistent efforts are shaping you in ways that may not be immediately visible. Every late night spent learning, every repetition of a skill, every small habit built in private is contributing to a foundation that will one day be undeniable. It is easy to grow impatient when the results are not instant, but impatience blinds you to the truth. Growth often happens silently, below the surface, where the most important transformations take place. Your discipline is strengthening, your resilience is deepening, your understanding is expanding. One day the breakthrough will seem sudden to others, but you will know it was the result of countless invisible steps. Trust the process and keep going, for what is unseen today will become the proof of your persistence tomorrow. Silence shields your energy by protecting your vision from being weakened before it has the strength to stand on its own. When you speak too soon about your plans, you invite the opinions, doubts, and projections of others into a space that should remain pure and undisturbed. Every word you share is a release of energy, and if you release too much before your work is ready, you can find yourself drained of the drive you once felt in silence. You keep that energy contained, allowing it to build like pressure behind a dam, ready to flow powerfully when the time is right. This protection is not about secrecy for its own sake. It is about preserving the creative force that is needed to bring an idea to life. The early stages of a dream are fragile, just like a spark that must be sheltered from the wind until it becomes a steady flame. By keeping your plans within, you give them the chance to develop without interruption, interference, or dilution. Your silence becomes a shield, guarding your focus and allowing you to work without the noise of distraction. Let results speak, for they carry a weight that words can never match. Promises and declarations may sound impressive in the moment, but they fade quickly if not backed by action. When you allow your work to be the voice, you remove the need to convince anyone of your worth or capability. People believe what they can see and touch, and nothing is more persuasive than undeniable proof. Working quietly and letting results speak is an act of confidence. It shows that you do not need to broadcast your intentions to feel validated. You trust that the outcome will be your messenger. A completed goal, a transformed life, a visible achievement speaks with a clarity no speech can match. And when those results appear, they not only silence doubt, they inspire without you having to say a single word. The most powerful statement you can make is the life you've built and the work you've finished. Still waters run deep because true strength and wisdom do not need to announce themselves. Just as a calm lake can hold great depth beneath its quiet surface, a focused and disciplined mind carries immense power without the need for constant display. Noise often signals shallowness, while depth reveals itself through steady presence, deliberate action, and unshakable composure. When you cultivate inner depth, you do not rush to prove yourself, for you know that your value is not determined by the volume of your voice, but by the weight of your character. In a noisy world, those who move with quiet certainty stand out in a way that words never could. Their silence draws attention not because it demands it, but because it reflects control, mastery, and purpose. Like deep waters that can weather storms without losing their stillness, you hold steady even when challenges arise. This depth is earned in the unseen moments of self-reflection, discipline, and persistence. It is not a mask you wear, but the natural state of someone who has built strength from within. The quiet furnace is the place where transformation happens, away from the eyes of the world. Just as metal is shaped and purified in intense heat behind closed doors, Your character, skills, and resilience are forged in the unseen struggles you face alone. It is in this hidden space that you endure challenges, make mistakes, learn hard lessons, and grow stronger without needing anyone to witness the process. The outside world may see nothing, but within you, something powerful is being formed. This furnace is not comfortable. It demands discipline, patience, and the willingness to face yourself honestly. Yet it is in this very discomfort that the raw material of who you are is refined into something unbreakable. When you emerge, people will notice the strength, clarity, and mastery you now possess, but they will not fully understand the heat you endured to get there. That is the nature of the quiet furnace. It prepares you in silence, so that when you step into the light, you are ready to withstand anything. When the time is right, the world will know, because the work you have done in silence cannot remain hidden forever. Just as the sun rises without effort and the seasons change without announcement, your moment will arrive naturally when your preparation has met its perfect season. You will not need to force it or push your way into recognition, for the quality of your work will carry its own light. Until then, your task is to keep building, keep refining, and keep trusting that the unfolding of events will align in ways you cannot yet see. There is a rhythm to progress that cannot be rushed. The tree does not bear fruit the day after it is planted, yet when it is ready, it does so without hesitation. In the same way, your results will emerge in their own appointed moment, and when they do, they will appear to others as sudden success. But you will know that it was the product of countless silent days of effort. Patience is not inactivity. It is the strength to work steadily while trusting the invisible timing that will one day reveal everything. Greatness is not built in the noise of constant display, but in the quiet strength of unseen effort. Every moment you spend working in silence is a brick laid in the foundation of a future that will speak for itself. You do not need to announce your every step, because the life you are creating will become the loudest statement you could ever make. Trust the darkness where your roots grow. Protect your vision from the winds of distraction and hold your focus until the results are undeniable. When the moment comes, you will not have to chase recognition. Your work will rise like the dawn, and the world will have no choice but to see